So much to chitty bang bang in one video, and we'll just see what my little heart desires to talk about. Got my s'mores seasonal coffee. Did not get my demonic energy drink today, but I woke up feeling fine until I wasn't. And so now, and I also want to talk about scrupulosity. I think I'm saying that correctly. Scrupulosity. I think it's religious OCD. I think I have a touch of that. And feelings and processing feelings. I don't know. Also, my stomach hurts. My stomach hurts really bad. And I cannot find any relief, and it's been hurting for a few days. So sad. As far as religious OCD is concerned, I only recently came upon this term. And I think it's because my phone was listening to me having a conversation with somebody that I value, love, and respect. And this person that I value, love, and respect is a self-proclaimed Christian and has proven to me through his actions and words that he is indeed a Christian man and holds Christian values. Cool. I was talking to him about the Bible, and he asked me a bunch of questions, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know how we segued into this, but long story short, he asked me about the Ethiopian Bible and if I knew about it, and I said, what? So no, I don't. And then he was like, do you even know where Ethiopia is? And I was like, I'll be honest with you, barely. And then he was like, okay. And then I felt so stupid in that moment, that not because of him, he was very, very full of grace and curiosity and patience. Me, on the other hand, I hate feeling like I don't have a reasonable answer. So I did what any curious-minded individual would do with scrupulostic tendencies, OCD tendencies, and a love for learning. And I delved onto Google, and I was like, where is Ethiopia? Give me a map of the Middle East. What the heck is the Ethiopian Bible? What is all of this? And then I started looking into Jewish history and Muslim history and geographical history and the origins of where a bunch of these people were born, like Moses and Abraham and Isaac and Jonah and what the frick. And then I also didn't realize how close Italy was to all of that. It could just be the way that the map was squinched on the piece of paper, because sometimes you gotta squish things and it's not necessarily that close. But I was like, wow, it really is like a right there. And so I learned a lot. All of this to say, what am I actually learning? All of this to say, what am I actually learning? What am I to believe? What is true? Because the Bible I am now reading, I believe to be true, but now there's a different version of it that I might have to also consider to be true. I'm having a tough time consolidating all of these feelings. And then there were people that were from the Middle East that I have been in contact with. And then I've been asking them questions about like geography. And then that has very easily turned into religious conversations. And then I'm learning more about Muslim. What is the correct way to saying that? I'm learning more about Muslims and the Quran and Islam. That's it. And there are things that are coming up where I'm like, what? And then there are things where I'm coming up with questions and not answers. And all of this to say, I feel like I'm having a spiritual existential crisis. And with scrupulosity, I guess, from my very, very, very limited understanding of what it is, it's this wicked fear of feeling like you're letting God down. Like you're always wanting to make the right decision. And you are so methodical. You are so compulsive. You are so something that you list out all the possibilities, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, neutral, his side, her side, their side, no one's side, devil's side, God's side, your side. Different versions of your side at that. And then you pray, and then you go, God, which one is it? And then you question the things that God says, and then here's where I'm having the existential crisis. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll use the Bible as my anchor so that I can make the right decision out of this medley of choices. I use the Bible to help anchor and narrow down that list so that I feel more confident in the decisions that I am making. But I am still hyper analyzing every single decision that I am making, whether or not I'm bringing it back to the Bible. Like at this point, I'm bringing up like 100,000 examples to the Bible when I really should only be bringing up to like 3. And I don't really know what I was talking about anymore. Cool. Yeah. A lot of OCD, I guess. Yep. Which leads me to my next point. When I get sassy, when I get a wee bit sassy, okay, I tend to stand up for myself. And that is a good thing. Standing up for yourself is a good thing. But then I get hypercritical of myself for the way in which I stood up for myself. And then I take it back to God and I'm like, yo, I have a feeling you're not very proud of that. But he would be proud of me for standing up for myself. And he loves me unconditionally. And he's not like sitting there with a grade book going, points off. How dare she? She knows better. How dare she? She knows better. He just goes, oh, she stood up for herself and now she's beating herself up. Damn. Well, he wouldn't say damn. Or would he? I don't know. But I feel like God's always disappointed in me, which leads back to the OCD. Which, by the way, the OCD umbrellaed under autism. I am pretty sure I am autistic. Shoot the messenger. I guess I'm the messenger. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I'm autistic, and with autism comes, if that's the umbrella term, then there's like a subset of things and personality traits and characteristics and whatnot that fall under it. And OCD, one of them. My sense of justice, very much one of them. Yeah. My sense of routine, one of them. But all of this is like an effort to create safety for myself. Like if the world is going to be crazy and unpredictable and harmful and manipulative and malignant, I try to think of the opposite word of benevolent, then I need to find ways in which to protect myself given these circumstances. And so I've set up these like really rigid rules for myself. That's OCD. That is like a coping mechanism that I've created for myself to create like a sense of safety. Wicked. What do we do with this information now? No idea. No idea. But that has been the epiphany, that I have some sort of religious OCD where I am constantly feeling like I'm letting God down, and I'm paralyzed by decision fatigue. So I'm in constant fear that I'm making the wrong decision. And then when I do act on a decision, whether it was methodical or impulsive, my emotional ones tend to be impulsive, I second guess myself to a harmful degree. And I don't think God intended either one of those things for me. So I guess today I can spend some time figuring out some healthy coping mechanisms. And hopefully I can report back. I probably won't, but that is where we're at. Goodbye.